Blessings and greetings. You already know, man, it's your boy, Mr. Carolina, man. And before I even get into this video, cause y'all already know, if y'all weren't on the stream last night, I had with my homeboy Jason Ingram, aka Blitzball Champ Gaming, my homeboy Corey. I'm starting a hashtag. Like I'm so serious. It's called hashtag MMS. So, and every time you see something with these Panthers, man, it's hashtag MMS. What is MMS? Make it make sense. Because what we're looking at is not making sense. Don't let them fool you. It makes zero sense. I didn't even want to do these highlights again because we did a live stream last night where I literally watched in shock and awe the game against the Bears. But without any further ado, man, I like to appreciate y'all, man, because you didn't have to click on this video, you did. So again, from my heart, I appreciate that. But you already know, man, before we get into the video, I'm trying to get this channel, to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. And I know what you guys love and support. I can do that. So please like, share, subscribe, so I can keep bringing y'all this good content, so I can keep growing this channel, man, so I can bring y'all something different on this YouTube too. But again, you can find me on TikTok at MrCarolina2. You can find me on Instagram at MrCarolina4. Help me grow this channel, man. But without any further ado, let's get into this disgustingly bad highlight.
And is in command of what they're doing.
Fake to Foreman, pass is caught. DJ Moore, who played with Carolina last year,
Moore,
was part of that big trade, picks up 16.
Not knowing he would eventually become that guy, so he did all the little things right to prepare himself.
Third down and 8, protected well, throws.
The defense, I can't even be mad at the defense. That's the part, because defense played.
4-man rush, hangs in the pocket, he can run.
It's out of the pocket.
And he shows you that right here as he picks up a first down. The number 3 running back behind Hubbard and Sanders. They flare him out. Pass to the left side is caught. Looking for Eckler.
Do a fair evaluation on Bryce Young.
Third down and 5. Again,
Good scramble. Good way to get out of the pocket. Okay,
Young has run for first downs on the prior 2 third down plays.
Time. He has time. You have too much time.
This time he fires it out of bounds.
Hashtag MMS. Hashtag MMS. That's all I'm going to say. It's 3rd and 7. Buku time back there. It's 3rd and 7. But this is the processing quarterback, right? It's 3rd and 7. The offensive line actually gives you time. And instead of seeing what you can get, you throw it out of bounds. It's not 2nd down. It's 3rd down.
From the 23-yard line. Mooney in motion. Bayesian throws, and that is incomplete.
Again, it's good cover by
They're going to try to
DJ.
stop the run. They're one of the best in the league.
The defense.
They want to establish the run on their side.
Defense
We
been
got to
playing.
match that physicality.
Trenton Gill.
Whoop. Excuse me.
Fields at the 24.
Up the field.
Escapes.
Excuse me.
Nice
block.
run back.
Excuse me.
Only one man to beat.
Don't get whacked by the kickers.
And
Stiff arm.
down the sidelines, skirting the sidelines, and takes it all the way into there's a flag down. And of course the Bears on the sideline, you can see the frustration there, the crowd now sensing what's going to happen. 79 yards.
Watch this cut. He makes the initial move here. Now left and then up the middle. Perfectly designed. See the blocks there. They formed that tunnel up to the middle and got him to the outside.
Sadly enough, that's our only highlight of the game. Let's keep watching now.
Play action, ton of time, flips it out here, caught, first down.
Tackle.
And into Carolina.
Again, another former Panther that's shining somewhere else.
Fitzpatrick
Because we
beloved
couldn't pay him
everywhere.
a few $1 million. Cut back.
Once again, great cutback move.
Same thing he was doing in our uniform. But we let him go for a running back that's non-productive here in Miles Sanders.
Flushed out, fires.
Make it make sense.
Incomplete.
Hashtag MMS.
From 54.
Hashtag MMS.
Is inside the left. I tell you, everything was better then. 2nd and 6 from the 29-yard line. Good play action. Throw caught down the sideline.
Time. He
At
throws
the 25-yard line.
splash
Pulled
plays.
in by Mike Strawn.
Things that
Splash-
he feels and
splash
where they
plays.
need to go, and he brought up Strawn and how he could help him.
Absolutely.
Good run by Chu.
Breaking tackles here and picking up. Incomplete. Pressure put on that time.
MMS. Point blank. Hashtag MMS.
33-yard attempt. Hector puts it down. Pinheiro bangs it through. First down for Chicago here from the 37-yard line.
You see a trick play? Why don't we do stuff like
Tyler
that?
Scott.
Seems to work for every other team but us. Oh, wait, because we don't run it.
3rd and 20. Catch made here by Roshan
I said, good
Johnson.
defense.
meant a lot.
Yeah.
Defense played.
3rd down and 10.
Center just got bullied.
2-yard line. Jeff Lurie took over back in the mid-90s. 3rd down and 5, so a lot of stability.
Von Bell, hesitate. Come up and make the
Picking up the-
tackle.
Going deep downfield.
Good coverage by DJ. DJ actually had a great game. He had a great game.
But we had few enough that we were able to pull out the victory.
Bears going for it on 4th down and 4, trying to keep the drive alive,
disrespect.
and they do.
Good disrespect. Von Bell
Handle
hesitating
the
again.
errant snap, and then the pass is incomplete. And he does.
Pin 6.
Sanders is the back. He goes in motion to the outside. That pass is almost picked off.
Hashtag MMS.
Sanders is the back. He goes in motion.
Look at these routes. Open. Not open. Time. Open. Don't do that. That's not the first down. Open. Open.
Motion to the outside. That pass is almost picked off from the 36. Fakes the throw, runs for big time of possession advantage. 37 plays to 24, and that pass is caught along.
It was that DJ Moore character again. Everybody said it was not a number 1. Look at no pressure.
Again, very
Get
deep
there.
drop. Pass underneath to the 30-yard line, and inside goes Komet, and he stops the midget. Look out from behind.
Need to get that.
Avoids the sack, holds on to the ball, slot. 39-yard attempt now. And that kick.
Now it's 10-9 going into halftime. Now I want y'all to keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, we still in this first half against the Chicago Bears defense. This is not the 85 Bears. This is not the Walter Payton days with Mike Singletary and everybody. This is the 2023 Chicago Bears that have won 2 games. And they're playing with the backup quarterback. They went to a Division II school. But we have this all-star coaching staff, right? All-star. Hence, we don't have a sack in the first half either. For those of y'all that are against paying Brian Burns, we had no sacks in the first half.
Is good. So 3 field goals for him. As the Panthers begin this drive out of the pistol formation, on the outside goes Sanders, and he gets taken down in the backfield. Kyler Gordon, one number 6, takes down the other. And Bryce, of course, threw those 2 pick sixes last week. 3rd and 10. Under pressure. He's going to go down back at the 4-yard line. Mike Singletary in the ballpark tonight. Meanwhile, this drive starts in Carolina territory with a pass that's complete.
That guy
looking to pick up that first down. They're coming very close out of Tennessee. 23rd overall pick. Meanwhile, to the outside, Komet. And Komet. First and goal. Pass broken
by
up.
DJ.
Intended from Mooney.
Oop.
Give it to Foreman.
Losing running back that we had in our building. We decided to let him go. We wanted to lowball him because we wanted a flashier play. And Miles Sanders. How's that working out?
When they resume action a week from Sunday, 2nd down and 10. It fired over the middle.
Oh, there's that Terrace Marshall guy that people claim can't get open, but he catches the ball.
Fired, caught.
Get the row.
The 50-yard line.
That's why that's a hot commodity.
3rd and 15, 2 deep
3rd and
safeties
15,
that
this
time.
is
Pass
what we
caught by Mingo.
throw.
Bears from the 11, up by 6. Start this drive. Little toss play here. Nice night for Foreman, and that continues with an 8-yard. 3rd and 19. Draw here.
Good play by Barno.
Crowd doesn't like the call, but on 3rd and 19, what are you going to do? 2nd and 27. As we start the 4th, Young checks it down to the outside.
That's just Chuba fighting.
Working his way into Chicago territory goes Chuba Hubbard.
Yeah, it's time.
Young hanging in, look out. Gets hit at the end, finally checks it off to Hubbard. Trying to kick a field goal, but this time they have to go for it, at least line up for it, and they are going to go for it on 4th down. Young escapes, Young throws, Young with a flag throw. That is caught that time by Tommy Tremble.
I give him his credit where he's due. He does sometimes make plays, but he makes, like, what are you doing, throws?
Pocket, under pressure.
Like that one.
Coverage is right there. Made one tonight from 33. This one is right down the middle.
But it's easy. It's easy to look at it through a vacuum lens.
As you throwing, open. There's Komet. Pressure. Has to get it away.
Good play.
But stopped in his tracks. Deion Jones makes the tackle.
Defense showing up.
Over the middle. That's caught. And then 6 minutes left in the 4th.
We can't
get the first down. Close. But Chicago says no. That's Hubbard. Indeed they do. Young on a roll. Young's going to run for the first down and get it.
I still got it.
Fires over the middle.
Hayden Hurst will be signed. Weapon. Barely using.
3rd and 3. Thielen had been lined up in the backfield. Then they throw it to him.
Throw.
Third down and 9. Clock ticking down to 2:15. Young throws. Caught. It's going to be 4th down.
Why are we still running routes that?
They go 5 wide on a 4th and 2.
Don't make sense.
Rush 4.
Good play call.
Keep the drive alive. Another.
3rd and 10.
Pressure again. And almost intercepted, then juggled and incomplete. Intercepted, then juggled and incomplete.
What do y'all see right here? Wide open. Not even close to being open. If this safety, if you pump fake here, even here, Terrace Marshall, again, is wide open going to the end zone.
Pressure again. And almost intercepted, then juggled
So
it
that's
incomplete. For Eddie, that right here as he picks up a
And then we
first
settle.
down.
My fault.
Will take us
My fault.
And in a lot of the games they play.
3rd and 7, and that's going to cement it.
This is my bad. So we are 1-7 at this point, y'all. I want y'all to let that sink in, Panther Nation. Let that sink in. We are 1-7 at this point, right? It's 4th and 10. We ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't playing for nothing. Why not just go for it on 4th and 10? But instead, this offensive-minded head coach, this guru of a coaching staff, this all-star, spend all this money on this coaching staff. We're going to decide on 4th and 10 in Chicago, one of the hardest fields to kick in Chicago. We're going to decide Eddie Pinero's leg's not that strong to kick a 59-yard field goal in Chicago, which, as you can see in the bottom left, has a 21% chance of being made. We probably had a better chance of converting the 4th and 10. But here we go.
For Eddie Pinheiro. Pinheiro's kick is no good.
Maybe
Bring him back.
55.
But they've got enough pieces on defense to be a threat.
And then they're throwing the ball on 37.
3rd
And
and 7, and that's going to cement it. He is Mooney.
get it.
And this will take us, well, a couple of seconds from the end of the game. I don't think they're going to even make him snap it. And they won't. And he
Hashtag MMS. That's the best way I can put it, y'all. Hashtag MMS. It doesn't make sense. It makes absolutely no sense. We go from a team, and I really want folks to let this sink in. And I said this on the show with my brothers the other day, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm the one that's gonna beat that dead horse, wake that horse up, and beat it to death again. We went from a team that was one game away, right? One game away from winning the division last year with an interim head coach who our owner said has to do a phenomenal job in order to be even considered to be the head coach next year. One game away. And I want y'all to let this sink in as well. The division didn't get remarkably better. It really didn't. Like seriously, let that sink in, y'all. The division didn't get remarkably better. But we somehow got astronomically worse in an off season where we were sold and we could see, like anybody could see, fam, like this is be real, that if you keep your core pieces, and that's always been a problem in Carolina, keep your core pieces. You said, we're going to put this team that was one game away, right? One game away from winning the division. We're going to put it in the hands of a rookie quarterback. Didn't have to. We really didn't have to. Yes, Baker Mayfield was not the solution. Sam Darnold was not the solution. P.J. Walker was not the solution. Hell, if you wanted to do that, you could have just stuck with Matt Corral and rolled that out for the rest of this year. You should have never got rid of Cam. but in a division that did not get remarkably better, but we got astronomically worse. You brought in this guru that y'all call of a head coach, this guru of a quarterbacks coach, this guru that's up and coming offensive coordinator. You brought in players that you wanted. You brought in the DJ Chark because you wanted him, Frank, right? You brought in the Adam Thielen, who seemed to be paying off because you wanted him. You brought in a Miles Sanders dude Staley because you wanted him. DJ Chark has done nothing of significance on this team. He's not a difference maker. I was hoping because he's an LSU guy. I'm an LSU fan. Nothing. We brought in a quarterback that is failing badly. We look worse offensively this year than we did last year under Steve Wilkes, this defensive-minded coach that everybody said we had to get rid of because his game plan wasn't going to work for today's NFL. So you got what you asked for, right? You got what you asked for. You got the offensive-minded coach. You got the quarterback guru in Josh McCown. We got an up-and-coming offensive coordinator in Thomas Brown. We got the most, what they sold us on was the most NFL-ready quarterback because he could process better than anybody else, right? He's plays. He's coaching the coaching staff and training camp and OTAs. Oh, yo, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look right. So why the hell are we getting in games and we're 1-8? I'm not gonna jump on the bandwagon with the we should have got CJ. It's too late. CJ is balling in Houston, and these two guys will forever be connected as long as they're in the NFL because they both went 1-2. We can't say Anthony Richardson right now because he's not playing right now, but those three gentlemen will always be connected. Always be connected. I mean, it's just it's okay to say, and it's clear to say that we fumbled the ball on this one. I can't even say we. This owner has fumbled the ball. You fumbled the ball. You got the wrong coach in here that had little to no success. He was barely over 500 in Indy. Barely. And you hired him 2 months after he got fired in Indy. 2 months. That man didn't have enough time to pack up his house. He didn't have enough time to put his house on the market. And you brought him here. For some reason you said, hey, that's going to work over here in Charlotte. That's going to work over here in Bank of America. That's not working. You can't buy wins here, Mr. Tepper. You can't buy them. Hashtag MMS. MMS. You sold us on somebody because he threw the first pass here. Don't care. You don't want to settle for mediocrity. We're looking at it. We're still looking at it. We've been looking at it, sir, since you took over this organization because you want a quick fix. You want a quick fix, and that's just what it is. Y'all may not want to hear it, but it is what it is. David Tepper wanted a quick fix. He wanted a quick fix when he traded for Sam Darnold. He wanted a quick fix when he traded for Baker Mayfield. He wanted a quick fix when he gave Matt Rule 7 years for somebody that never won a national championship in college. Never. But he wanted the hottest thing smoking when the man knows nothing about football. He knows nothing about building a football organization. Zero. But because he's a billionaire, because he could buy a team, he bought a team. David Tepper has no business owning this organization. I'm going to flat out say it. He has no business. Scott Fitterer, you are hot trash. The trades that you have made us worse. They've made us worse. And that's why I say y'all let this sink in as well. We traded away for this young man still on my screen. That's what I know. I wish him nothing but success. I really do, because he's in our organization. I really do. You traded away our future first and our best wide receiver, and we have no first round pick this year. We have no first round pick, so we're stuck like Chuck at this moment. Why? Because from the top down, they have made bad decision after bad decision after bad decision. Think about that. You let Christian McCaffrey go for nothing. You traded him pretty much. You let him for nothing. Christian McCaffrey is. You're not going to tell me it's not worth at least two first round draft picks. Two. We gave him away for seconds. And so, like, what? He's balling out in San Francisco. You gave away DJ Moore, who's on par for another 1,000-yard season in Chicago. You don't resign Brian Burns, whose value just went up even more. If y'all don't realize how valuable he is to this team, we had no sacks against the Bears. 0. No sacks in an entire football game. No sacks. His price tag just went up. We brought in no cornerback depth, but we have a bunch of tight ends. Bunch of them. There's no cornerback depth. So we're picking guys up off the street. We brought in no real offensive line depth. And again, you let your weapons leave out the door because you call yourself trying to save money, but then you call yourself trying to bring in weapons from other teams when you had some here. Again, I was excited about the DJ Chark signing, even though it's for 1 year. DJ Chark is not in his team's long-term future, so why is he still starting? Hashtag MMS. Hayden Hurst, you brought over on a 3-year deal. He averages maybe 1, 2, if he's lucky, catches a game. He hasn't had a touchdown since the first game of the season. But he was super productive when he was with the Bengals. He was productive when he was with the Ravens. They always say a rookie quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Tight end or a slot receiver. You're getting that with Adam Thielen. But you have a tight end in Hayden Hurst, who we brought over to produce. Now, Tommy Tremble has stepped up. He's blocking, he's catching. So why did you bring over Hayden Hurst? That's money that could have been allocated towards the offensive line. That's money that could have been allocated towards the secondary. If you're not going to use Hayden Hurst, why didn't you use that money elsewhere? Hashtag MMS. The moves that have been made in the offseason, y'all, do not make sense. Because this team should not be 1-8. We should not be 1-8. That starts with the GM, that starts with the head coach, and it trickles down. We are not prepared. We are not hungry. And I'm going to say it right now, we look soft. This team looks soft. Call it what you want to, we look soft. Defense, I have no issues with y'all. Besides y'all the run defense. But besides that, we're playing with backups. For the most part, besides Louvu, backup linebacker. Dante was back in there, but 2 corners, backups. We just got Von Bell back. We just got Xavier Woods back last game. The defense is still... Ezra has Besides that, man, he's put together a phenomenal defense, dude. Our defense bends but doesn't break, really. Like, we really don't. But the defense is usually always on the field. Hashtag MMS. Everybody was pining for an offensive-minded coach. And they told us, oh, we not putting nothing in because it's preseason. Oh, we're just, it's vanilla right now because it's preseason. We still looking real vanilla, and it's week 9, 10. We're 1-8. We're 1-8. And what is one of the sad parts, y'all, is this is on national television. There are no other games today. We were the only game. Let that sink in. We were the only game on TV. And so the world got to see how bad we really are. The world got to see how bad we are. It's bad enough that the Panther community sees it on a Sunday or a Monday or a Thursday. The world got to see how badly this team is coached, how badly this team is not prepared, how unhungry, uninspired this team is. And I can't even fault the defense, because the defense did the best they could. They gave up 1 touchdown. The rest were field goals. 1 touchdown. And through the entire game, right? Through the entire game, again, y'all let this sink in. Entire game, we had 1 touchdown that wasn't even offensive. Like, let that register, fam. 1 touchdown that wasn't offensive. We had a special teams touchdown. How? We're running routes a lot of times that don't make sense. We're calling plays a lot of times that don't make sense. How do you get the ball on their 40? And I'm going to give y'all an instance. And this is just lack of discipline, a lack of focus. How do you get the ball on their 40 and then get enough penalties that we wind up on our 40? It's hashtag MMS. I really want y'all to hashtag that. Like, I'm trading my boy told me last, I'm gonna trademark the hashtag MMS. Because I want every YouTuber on here that follows the Panthers, that, you know, does content for the Panthers, to hashtag MMS. Because at this point, we need questions answered. At this point, somebody ass need to be fired. Somebody gotta go. And it's not nobody on the defensive side. Somebody on the offensive side, ass need to go. Because we look putrid. And it shouldn't look like this. You got these gurus, these OGs that y'all brought in to help out with the offense, so it looks phenomenal and it looks great. What are they doing in the building? Are they just collecting a check? Is it just something to do? Do they not feel like playing golf? Is Florida not warm enough at this moment? What are these offensive guys that y'all brought in the offseason that we've seen at all these pro days? What are they doing? This ain't the 1980s, fam. This is not the 1990s. Hell, this is not the early 2000s. Offenses need to evolve. This offense looks like it's stuck in a stone age. At least when we had Steve Wilkes, our offense hummed. We looked competent. We had a run game. We got back to what we were, our philosophy of keep pounding. I don't know what this is. And now you have the national media calling Bryce Young a bust. First, no, he's a bad. No, now he's a bust because he doesn't look like an NFL quarterback. Is it the coaching? Are they not preparing him right? Or is this something that we already knew from Jump Street? Yes, offensive line issues we've seen that, but he's missing a lot of throws. Bryce Young has missed a lot of throws. And rookie or not, bro, if you're coming in and they're telling us you're this great processor, that means you should know. A processor knows what every receiver, tight end, halfback is doing before the plays even run, because I'm processing it. I'm processing the defense. I'm seeing, I know you run this. I know Marshall's running this route. Thieleman's running this route. Mingo's running this route. Hurst, Trimble's running this route. I know Chuba or Miles or Blackshear's doing this because this should be open. That's what a processor does. I am processing the play before it even starts. I'm already processed the play once you call it in. And then once I get to the offensive line, I'm processing what the defense is showing. That's a processor. We're not seeing that on this field. You're not seeing it. And then somebody made a valid point, that I was reading the other day. Not only did we pass on CJ Stroud, we pretty much traded CJ Stroud, DJ Moore, and Caleb Williams for Bryce Young. We traded CJ Stroud, DJ Moore, Caleb Williams for Bryce Young. Because, again, we have no first round picks. So all this losing is for nothing. Nothing. Because either way you look at it, and it's looking like we're going to end up with the first overall pick, it ain't ours. It's going straight to Chicago. That's what I'm gonna let this stuff sink in. Our pick is going to Chicago. So we're doing this, and there's no benefit. We're not getting nothing in return for all this losing. But what it's doing is highlighting what most of us, myself, and I already said it, what I already knew about Frank Reich before he even came over here. You're not a good coach. You're not a good coach. You're not a leader of men. You're not a motivator of men. If that was the case, his ass would still be in Indy. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. And it can't be hidden anymore, fam. It can't be hidden anymore. He's not that dude. But we're going to make excuses. He's not a first-year head coach. This is not his first year. He's been a head coach before. He got fired. If y'all look up Frank Reich's stats, y'all really look him up, he got fired from San Diego because they had the 31st ranked offense. He got fired there. He got fired from San Diego, right? Somehow turned that into a job with Philly. Oh, he won a Super Bowl. They had a stacked squad. What are you talking about? He didn't take some Philly team that was at the bottom of the rung. That was an already stacked team. All he had to do was not mess it up. Congratulations. All you had to do was not fumble the ball. No pun intended. That's all you had to do. You had Carson Wentz that was playing at a Pro Bowl level. You had LeGarrette Blount. You had Alshon Jeffrey. You had Torrey Smith. You had Zach Ertz. You had an all-pro offensive line. What are we talking about? You had a stacked defense. All he had to do was not drop the ball in Philly. Oh, he won a Super Bowl. With that team, I hope you would win a Super Bowl. And then he was there 1 year. And Indy said, he's a good coach. No, he's not. No, it's not. He just had a nice squad. So Indy said, we're going to bring you over here. We're going to bring you over here. He lasted 4.5 seasons. He had a 40-33-1 record. He got fired because he finished the season 3-5-1. He was 3-5-1 when he got fired. That team was putrid. They were ranking dead last in a lot of offensive statistical categories. But our owner, Mr. Tepper, said, you know what? I can salvage this. He's a great coach. It's a feel-good story. You had a feel-good story already in the building. You had a feel-good story already in the building. And you let him walk out of it. If y'all don't think players play better for a certain coach, if y'all don't think they get amped for a certain coach, look at how they played for Matt Rule. Look at how they played for Matt Rule. And then look how they played for Steve Wilkes. Look at how they rallied around Steve Wilkes. Look how they vouched for Steve Wilkes. How your leaders said, that's who we want to play for. So your leaders of your team come out in support of this coach. But the owner says, nah, I can't do that. I can't do that. I want this guy. I want this offensive-minded coach. So let's disregard, right? Let's disregard how my players, the players that are putting the butts in the seats, the players that are actually on the field, that have actually played the game. Let me disregard how my leaders of my team rally around this guy. Play for him. Play for him. Let's disregard that. Because I don't really care how you guys feel. And they're going to give you all the sauce on the forefront because these men have got families to feed. So they're not going to publicly say, yo, we hate Frank Wright. Don't bring him in here, yo. Like, I'm not playing for it. They're not going to do it because they're still trying to feed their family. Right? We are 1-8. 1-8. Because our owner wanted to have it his way. He wanted Bryce Young. It's just been too many multiple reports. David Tepper, Nicole Tepper wanted Bryce Young. Apparently, Frank Wright wanted C.J. Stroud. We got Bryce Young. Don't tell me height doesn't matter. Don't tell me it's not playing a factor in what's going on. There have been 2 quarterbacks that are 5'10" and shorter. The only one that has really had substantial success, even that wasn't, it was decent success, was Doug Flutie. Kyler Murray is consistently hurt. He's not a student of the game. He's 5'10". He's actually faster than Bryce, has a better arm. But cannot constantly stay on the field, consistently stay on the field. And really hasn't done much in the NFL. But we said we're going to buck the trend. We're going to do something that has never been done in NFL history. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. That's what said, man. At this point, heads need to roll. It's not an impulsive decision. It's not impulsive. This has been happening since preseason. These blunders have been happening since preseason. We look like a joke. Offensively, a joke. It's like Bush League. It's like when the varsity plays the freshman team. That's what it looks like. And nobody's going to want to come here. Look at how we play. What free agent is going to really want to come here? We overpaid for Miles Sanders. Point blank period. You could have allocated that money for some offensive line help, to another receiver if that's the way y'all wanted to go. You could have allocated that towards another defensive lineman. You could have allocated that towards a corner. Some depth there. You could have allocated that somewhere else. But Deuce wanted Miles. I don't give a damn who's in the backfield if your line ain't blocking. If you're not calling plays to make these guys successful, like we're running nothing. It's like our offense is so outdated. It's outdated, and we're running nothing that gives you any type of flash. Nothing like that. And again, it's like they don't get it. They don't get it. We don't adjust. We just go. And we said, well, this should be good enough. This is not good enough. This is terrible. This is embarrassing. And that's why I said earlier, man, like really let that sink in. The division didn't get phenomenally better, but we got astronomically worse. It didn't get better. So how the hell are we sitting at 1-8 and we was one game away from winning the division last year? There's no Tom Brady. There's no Drew Brees. So how are we worse with a different coaching staff? That was all-star coaching staff, but we got worse. That's it, man. Like, I could go on a tangent about this for a hot minute. I really could, because this is embarrassing to watch. This is like, why at this point, why give up your Sunday to watch this? I do it because I want to give y'all some content, man. I want to give y'all something to talk about. I want to give y'all a voice to say, hey, let me get on the Bleeding Carolina Blue show and let me talk to Mr. Carolina. Let me holler at him. I do it for y'all, man. I really do. I do it because I'm a fan. Like, I love this team. I love this team. But I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like the direction this team is going in because we don't have one. We have no identity. And that's sad because our identity has been since day one was keep pounding. That's been our identity. You have no leaders in here. There is no leaders. Defensively, yes. Offensively, no. Adam Thielen is more of a, I'm going to go out there and do it type. But you even see, if you look at him slam his helmet down, he was frustrated. He's frustrated. He's pissed off. He's like, I came over here. We somebody. Frustration. When you keep losing, you're frustrated. You can't hide that emotion all the time because you shouldn't have to, because you're losing badly. It'd be different if you were losing competitively. That, I think a lot of fans, and y'all leave me a comment in the chat, if we lose competitively, we're not as mad. We're upset, but we're not as mad. We're not even competitive in the losses. It just looks really bad. Excuse me, offensively. Offensively, we're not competitive in these losses. Defense is doing their thing. Offense, we look lost in the sauce, man. We look literally lost in the sauce. And that should never be okay with anybody. The way this team is playing is pathetic. It's pathetic. And then we have the Cowboys the following week. I'm just gonna call it. Something needs to happen by the time that game gets here. Somebody on this coaching staff, and I don't like calling people to be fired, but somebody does not need to be here come that Cowboys game. And I mean on the offensive side, from the GM's perspective, one of y'all should not be here, or a couple of y'all should not be here. Is it going to change anything? No. But why keep putting a Band-Aid on a situation that the whole world can see is not working? Are we going to do another Matt Rule where we go through almost 3 years of this again? Again? Frank Wright is not the head coach for this team. He's not. He's not. I call him Joe Kane's dad because that's what he looks like. He looks like Joe Kane's dad. If you ever watch the program, go look at Joe Kane's dad. That's what Frank Wright looks like. He's not the man for this team. He's just not. So stop delaying the inevitable. He's not leading us anywhere. Our offense is not going anywhere. We look bad. If you want to save Bryce Young's career, if that's the guy that y'all want us to roll with, you need to start making some changes because this coaching staff ain't it. It ain't it. Either that ain't it, or he ain't it. And I'm talking about Bryce Young. Either they're not it, or he's not it. But you got to stick with him because again, we don't have a first round pick next year to get another quarterback. Unless y'all gonna make another significant trade to trade with Chicago again to get our pick back. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. But man, y'all already know the drill, man. It's your boy, man, Mr. Carolina. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me on the Bleeding Carolina Blue show, man. But I mean, leave me a comment and in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think, yo. Who needs to go? Like literally, just put it in the comment section. Who needs to go? Is it Scott Fitterer? Is it Frank Wright? They're not gonna get rid of Thomas Brown, or should they? Is Bryce Young's play that bad that we should look elsewhere? Don't think it doesn't happen. It happened to Josh Rosen. The next year they got Kyler Murray. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Somebody got to go. Who is it? But again, man, I like to appreciate y'all joining me. Yo, it's been another show, man. I thank y'all for taking the time out to check me out. Again, before y'all get up out of here, you already know, man. Like, share, subscribe, man. Leave me a comment in the section. We trying to get better, man. I'm trying to get this to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and I know I can do that with y'all. But let me know what y'all think, man. Something's got to give. Somebody, heads got to roll. Somebody got to get up out of here. Who's it going to be, man? But again, y'all be blessed, man. It's been phenomenal. It's your boy, Mr. Carolina. I'm gone. Peace.